to be the biggest undrafted success in the history of the league. Ballin', making money, going places.
Maybe, but he's gonna have to go through me to get there.
Ha! Boy, you acting like that's a challenge.
Take it however you want. You see what I mean on the court.
Fellas, let's keep it cordial. We're all in the same money-making family here.
It's time for some hoops at Pepsi Center, home of the Nuggets, and we're going to bring it to you live on 2K Sports. It's Wednesday Night Basketball, live on 2K Sports. Hi, everyone. This is Kevin. Hickson's checked in, and the Suns making a change here as well. Green, he's checked in for Knight.
Well, Denver in the post-Melo years has been a collection of good players, but you always have to wonder if they'll have a low ceiling because this team does not have a so-called superstar.
Setting the floor for the Suns. Markieff Morris is out there with Brandon Wright. Then there's Bledsoe. Then it's P.J. Tucker. And it's Green in at the 2. Stolen by Bledsoe. And down it goes, jamming that one home. Savage, that's the way to get some momentum on your side.
Absolutely. And really have a deflating effect on the defense.
Especially coming from a guy out of the backcourt.
Mr. Clutch, he's checked in for Jamal Franklin. At that point, Denver has done well without what most would call a superstar, but obviously that takes its toll come playoff time.
It really does. I mean, you need somebody that you can really rely on as your go-to guy, the one who gets it done for you in the clutch, and they haven't quite established that player, and yet they're still competitive.
Here's Morris. The shot no good. And Denver the other way now. They're coming off that win against the Nets.
You know, so often in the NBA we talk about how you have to earn your points the hard way, but it didn't seem like that was the case. Everything came pretty easily.
Too many of their points came the easy way, Steve. You're right. On dunks and layups against a defense that didn't really put up much resistance.
Right with a screen on Gallinari. Tucker can't get it to go. Nuggets have gone 4 of 10 shooting the ball here in the first quarter. Watson the pass to Best. 1:22 left in the first.
Kevin, and looking back over the last month, let's check out how Phoenix stacked up. 5th in free throw percentage, 8th in steals, and they're in the top 3rd in the league in blocks. They're a team that really doesn't give many good looks.
Yeah, you look at the free throw shooting, Clark. It's very impressive. They've been in the top 5, as you talked about, and it's a result of a lot of effort, a lot of concentration. And when you shoot them that well, then you gain confidence and you really start attacking the rim because you want to go to the free throw line to shoot.
Catching up on the changes for Denver. Terrell Arthur, he's checked in for Kenneth Faried. Will Barton comes in for Gallinari. And it's Foy in for Ty Lawson. And the basket by Thornton.
You know, the only tough part of that basket for him was getting into such good position. The rest of it seemed easy.
54 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Foy the pass to Best. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Mr. Clutch has got 5 points so far. Thornton dishes to Len. And Marcus Thornton again.
The lead changes hands once again. There has been no separation between these two teams tonight.
What an intriguing basketball game, that's for sure.
Foy the pass to Best. We've got 22 seconds left here in the first quarter, and that is good. He's got 7. For Phoenix, they've gotten 7 of their first 16 field goal attempts to go down here in the first. And Thornton kicks to Warren. Here's Green, and he banks in the layup. Green's got his first 2 points of the night. Guys, no one team gaining control early on.
Give and take, back and forth, the whole way thus far.
Yeah, 6 lead changes already, and as Rasheed Wallace once said, both teams playing hard, my man.
That's good. Plenty of... Tune in. Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get with the platoon swap here on the floor. And the Suns here with a different look. Right, he's checked in for Alex Len. Markieff Morris comes in for Morris. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Warren. And it's Green in for Marcus Thornton. Setting the floor for the Suns. Brandon Knight is out there with Gerald Green. Then it's P.J. Tucker. Then there's Markieff Morris. And it's Wright in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Brandon Wright, the former 8th overall pick back in 2007. For his career, Steve, a field goal percentage of around 60%.
Well, he's figured out his niche in the league. He wasn't sure what he was when he arrived, but he's a backup big. He's a diver. He's an offensive rebound guy. He's a lob catcher. So, you know, not a one-on-one scorer, but somebody who can play off of others very effectively.
.141 left in the first half of basketball. Watson the pass to Best. Dixon against Wright. That one goes. Count.
Giving them an opportunity at second chance points with some hard work on the glass there.
Suns leading by 4.
And Wright, because he's light-weighted, can struggle in matchups with stronger opponents. But he is a shot blocker. His length really helps him in pick-and-roll situations.
And that's out of bounds. Phoenix will retain possession. Now let's go to the 2K leaderboard to look at the teams that specialize in intimidation. The Suns 5th.
And I think a lot of it has to do with their defensive schemes, guys, because they rotate beautifully and somebody is always there to protect the basket. And for Wright, it seems like he'll always be sleight of build, but he hasn't been one to chafe over his playing time. He just focuses on playing well in the minutes he earns.
And Doris Burke has something for us. Hey, Doris.
Well, gentlemen, Gerald Green was the 18th pick back in 2005, but remember, he fell out of the league for a while, saying, quote, "I took things for granted. I didn't know how to be a pro, but I've learned from my mistakes. I understand now this is not a hobby, this is a job. Now I'm a better professional, a much better player, and I'm all about winning." Kevin?
A nice comeback story, Doris. Nice story. Thank you. Knight dishes to Morris. And Tucker kicks to Wright.
Another trip to the stripe for him, and I tell you what, a little bit of a different feel here in the second quarter. A little more banging going on.
This team is never afraid to get physical. I think they enjoy this style of play.
No good on the second free throw. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
And with that, the Phoenix lead is cut down to 2 on the bucket from Best. The Suns have gone 5 of 11 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. Pass to Tucker. Now the dish to Morris. Shoots from the baseline. The shot no good.
Boy, we don't see that too often. No defender on him, and he just planks the open jumper.
And a tight game here as we...
All right, listen up, everybody. The second half doesn't have to be as close as the first if we pay attention to a couple of things. The amount of...
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting under. Doesn't look for Denver. Terrell Arthur. He's checked in for Kenneth Fareed. Martin comes in for Gallinari. And it's Foy in for Ty Lawson. And the Suns here with a different look. Alex Len's checked in for Wright. Warren comes in for Markieff Morris. Marcus Morris is checked in for P.J. Tucker. And it's Thornton in for Brandon Knight. We've got Will Barton. Foyle is out there with Franklin. Then it's Arthur. And it's Nurkic in at the center position. That's the group on the floor for Denver. Mr. Clutch, he's checked in for Denver.
And let's take a look at the stat sheet here for Eric Bledsoe. Over the last month, making major contributions. He's around 14 points per game, 8 assists, and 4 rebounds. And he's been passing the ball like a virtuoso. That's what really stands out to me about his recent performances.
Well, you think about his intelligence, the court vision, both are outstanding. Those numbers are hardly a shock, as excellent as they are.
That pushes it to double digits. Morris has got 7 points here in this quarter.
He had his head on the swivel and was able to pick out the pass and get the assist.
Well, the Morris twins, Markieff and Marcus, drafted back-to-back with the last 2 picks of the lottery back in 2011 out of the University of Kansas. Steve, 13th and 14th overall.
Well, like a lot of twins, Kevin, they are extremely close. They live together. They even have the same tattoos. They were both thrilled when they were reunited with the Suns, and it showed on the court. They both played very well.
And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Suns.
Boy, defensively, they've played with a high energy level, guys, and with all the steals we've seen, really a result of that aggressiveness.
Yeah, I think you also have to give them a lot of credit for how well they've risen up to meet shooters, to challenge shots in this game. A lot of blocked shots tonight.
Suns moving the ball around. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And Thornton, a 6'4" guard, but you'll never confuse him for a point guard. A volume shooter. From the moment he takes the floor, he's looking to put points up in a hurry, and he can do just that.
J.J. Hickson, he's checked in for Denver. Lawson comes in for Randy Foy. Gerald Green, he's checked in for Phoenix. Here's Best. He trains the quick shot. Mr. Clutch has got 13. 1:09 left in the third quarter of the game.
And Thornton, a streaky shooter from long range, but never shy from out there. I mean, for his career, almost half of his shot attempts have come from three-point territory. You got to like his shot selection today. He set a good example for the rest of his teammates.
And you could accuse Marcus Thornton of tunnel vision offensively, but one thing you like, he doesn't turn the ball over.
And for his size, Kevin, he's a really crafty finisher around the rim. I like to focus on what guys do. He's a scorer. He takes good care of the ball. Let's not worry about what he doesn't do. You got him there for that reason, and he produces in that way.
Back to Lawson. 5 to shoot. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
You know, he's knocking down his shots today, but it hasn't really translated to the scoreboard yet.
He's 0 of 1 from the line, missing on his first trip.
Well, he's shooting about 74% from the line this year, guys. A decent percentage.
I think it's been a struggle for him at the line. He's been scuffling this season. I mean, he's pretty well below the percentage that he shot a season ago, and not quite sure why.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Their last game, a win against Boston, looking to carry it into this one.
That was an impressive defensive performance. The athleticism, the intensity, the energy, really shutting their opponent down.
And Steve, that was reflected in their block total. I mean,
substitution. J.J. Hickson. Phoenix also making some changes. Alex Len's checked in for Wright. Marcus Morris comes in for P.J. Tucker. And it's Eric Bledsoe in for Gerald Green. And Phoenix looking who they've got on the floor. The Morris brothers fill up the forward spots. Brandon Knight is out there with Bledsoe. And it's Len in at the 5, roaming the paint. Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Yes, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Jeff Hornacek as he addressed his team.